Well, what happened was November the 2nd of 2010, I get a call from LPL telling me that I'm being terminated that day. I'm an independent contractor and have a contract that we have to give each other 30 days written notice unless I'm fired for cause for violating a firm policy and procedure. So that kind of started the whole process of what in the world did I do wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they could never really tell me anything that I did wrong. And as we started, investigating into what happened, it goes back to that the brokerage firm, was pressured by the state of Nebraska, and we go back further, and the reason it seems like the pressure started as a result of this television commercial that promoted freedom and the Second Amendment, and
Yeah.
if somebody wanted to meet with me and they liked me and I liked them and wanted to open up a new account, we would give them a $100 gift certificate towards the purchase of a firearm.
Now, did LPL know you were running this ad?
Oh, yeah. Oh, everything you do in my business has to be pre-approved. The advertising, any kind of mailing, has to be pre-approved by the brokerage firm. Yes, they saw the commercial, they saw the text of the commercial, and the actual commercial before it ever ran, and they approved it.
So did they give you any indication? Like, did they say, pull the ad, take it down? I mean, did you have any idea this was coming?
No. And see, what happened was, as we started getting into this, my attorney did one of these, it's kind of like a Freedom of Information Act request, a public records request of the Nebraska State Banking Department,
Mm-hmm.
which is the regulatory body of my industry, and asked them for all the documents they had that had my name on it. And we start seeing these series of emails starting in the fall of 2009 about my so-called gunslinging ad. They called it a gunslinging ad.
So they actually, there's reference to it in emails?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We've caught them red-handed. And they even have an email that says, Bob, meaning me, Bob's been seen wearing a cowboy hat lately. Let's hang him high.
Wow.
After they started checking, they started going back and forth with these emails about my commercial, which they were even talking about fining me $25,000 or $50,000 before they found out that the commercial was approved by the broker-dealer, LPL, and was totally legitimate and totally legal.
My gosh.
And then in these series of emails, you see that they started putting pressure as the state regulatory body on the brokerage firm, LPL, to do a surprise audit of me, to give me heightened supervision, all without, I've never done anything wrong. I've never been found guilty of doing any crime, anything, violating any regulation, anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just total harassment, and it all started with this, what appeared to me and most freedom-loving Americans, pretty much very patriotic commercial.
So here you are, you're an independent what has this caused? The problems I can only imagine.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
For your business.
Yep. It's caused me, I've lost a significant amount of assets under management. We retain most of our clients, but we still lost a significant amount of assets under management. I've had to pay I'm probably close to $100,000 in legal bills now.
Mm-hmm.
Et cetera, et cetera. But you know what? They picked the wrong guy to fight with. I'm a freedom-loving, patriotic American, and by golly, I have a right to free speech, and I believe in the Second Amendment. I'm a lifetime NRA member, and I'm a life member, whatever you call that. But
hey, they may not like your politics, and they may not like your ad. But is that a reason they need to cut ties with you?
Well, they don't like to. Yeah, right. Absolutely right. I was a top performer for LPL before this happened.
Mm-hmm.
In the top 1% to 2% of all the investment reps they have for the last 10 years. But
so you filed a lawsuit. You're asking for damages back. Is that, as I understand?
Absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. Where does this stand right now?
It's how all lawsuits are. It takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't gone to court or to the FINRA arbitration yet, either one.
Yeah. What has been the reaction from people you work with, your customers, to all of this?
the vast majority of my customers already, they think the way I do. That's the way, people do business with people that they like and that they think like. And most of my 99% of my customers are that way. And nobody likes to see somebody's name they're doing business with in the paper. But my customers, for the vast majority, are 100% behind me, and this is just really odd that nobody would expect that behind the scenes government employees are conspiring to harass somebody the way that this happened.
Yeah, I mean, it really is amazing. So you filed a lawsuit after LPL and several regulators.
Right. We initially filed a lawsuit against LPL for breaking my contract illegally. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then as we started getting into this, we realized that, or that the state of Nebraska had also restricted my registration illegally without giving me due process.
Wow.
And as we got into that and got these emails, we figured out that the whole thing started back with. It appears the whole thing started back with the television commercial, with the coupon for, or whatever you want to call it, for $100 off a firearm.
Well, you think they'd be concerned? You've got those emails. I mean, and it spells it right out. If I haven't read them, but from what you're saying, it sure makes it clear what was going on here.
Well, it does. I mean, it's ridiculous. We caught them red-handed, and we will. I'll send you it's actually called an amended lawsuit that details all these emails in it. If you've got a little bit of time to read it, you just won't believe how flagrant how stupid these people are to say this stuff in emails. These government regulators must have somehow thought that somehow after you send an email it just gets erased or something.
Well, obviously not. And then, like you said, they don't know who they're fighting with.
Well, I mean, it's not that there's anything great about me, but I'm a patriotic, freedom-loving American that's not going to put up with the government doing something like this.